In the heart of Nigeria's capital, journalism goes just beyond reporting. It's a constant battle against restricted access, political influence, and digital misinformation. Also, who really controls the public opinion? Who controls the public narrative? The press or the social media influencers? Today on Media Spotlight, we expose the realities of news scouting in Abuja with a seasoned reporter who has seen it all. Thank you so much for joining me today, Mr. Owais Abubakar.
Thank you very much.
So I know you've been in the reporting game for long, but how long really?
Well, this is over 30 years of journalism, because right from the time when I graduated and finished my NYSC, I graduated from Bayero University, Kano in 1992 and did my NYSC in Enugu. I finished in 1993 and then moved to Lagos and joined Voice of Nigeria as a freelance journalist. They call it artist, but that was freelance for some months before I was employed. And then I spent some 12 years there, 12 to 13 years, and then moved to the BBC. I spent about 2 years with the BBC as a reporter covering Lagos and the Southwest region.
So what are the biggest challenges journalists face when in Abuja here, especially when trying to gather news? Because definitely I know there are some challenges for us journalists. So what do you think some of those challenges are?
Yeah, there are a lot of challenges. Things are changing and things have changed. When I moved to Abuja initially, you don't have to even look for invitations. You have to look for news, but you are sitting down in your office, you see how letters are coming, how emails are coming. Then we don't even have the smartphones that we are using. We don't even have WhatsApp. So no WhatsApp group. It's more or less practical invitations. So when you wake up, you check your diary, you realize you have days you know virtually what is happening. But now, the invitations are not coming. Organizations are doing selective invitations for some obvious reasons.
So why? Okay, you have no idea of these reasons, because I wanted to ask.
Well, there are the reasons. As a journalist, you should know. Basically, they're trying to limit the number of people that are covering each assignment. Sometimes you realize the number of journalists going to cover certain stories are just too much.
Yes.
And then the issue of who is really publishing my story. So they select those who are really serious about. That was number one. Number two, like we that are covering for the international media, they know it's quite difficult to tell me, okay, this is the way I want my story to be treated. Because my independence is more important than anything. So some organizations are even scared. There are places where you go, they say, no, international media and you people are not invited. Say, oh, fine, you don't invite us, we can go. We leave and we still do our stories. So there are a lot of challenges. That was number one. Number two, access to information. You wake up, you have a story to do. And you know the right people that you want to interview, especially people that are in authority, government officials. You need balance.
Yes.
The way they will be throwing you up and down.
That's always been an issue.
They will be telling you, oh, we're going to have a press conference in the next 2 days. Why don't you wait until that? But they don't understand the way the media works. News is fresh.
Yes.
News has value.
So have you ever encountered any censorship or the pressure to kill a story you've worked so hard together?
Several.
So how did you handle it?
Let me give you one example. People should know, or the consumers of what the media is dishing out should know that interview is not by compulsion. When you give interview to a journalist, the material becomes his own property.
You are giving them the right to make use of it.
Because you didn't give the interview under duress. I can help you when you give me an interview, you make some mistakes in it, which will not be good for me. Just like you in the interview said, Nigeria has 40 states. I can expunge that so that to put the correct number of states in Nigeria. But not to say I should kill the story or I should change it. Please don't show them like, just see how we can do mechanical things. That is why we don't solicit this issue of brown envelope. Even if you do, we say, no, thank you. They say, no, thank you policy. We don't tell our reporters to go and collect money. So that was how I handled it. And I can go on and on. There are several examples. Sometimes that was why I said, there are places when you go, they say, no, you are not invited, please don't come.